Welcome to Spotlight in Business for April 21st, 2023. I'm Tammy Defoe, President and founder of GTApreneurs, and I have the pleasure of introducing to you today Martin Van Driel. He's a financial services professional with World Financial Group, and he will be the guest speaker at GTApreneurs' next in-person business networking event on Tuesday, April 25th at 5:30 p.m. So welcome to the show today, Martin. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Very well. It's great to have you here, and tell us more about yourself.
Well, I work with a firm called World Financial Group. We're a brokerage, and we provide financial services and education to everyone. For a lot of people, they were never taught financial skills in school. They weren't taught how to save. They weren't taught insurance. And the people that are using the high-end financial advisors are the high net worth people. And so we try to bring that education to everybody. And our mission statement is no family left behind.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. It is definitely a shame that the schools, well, really it's the government that hasn't caught on to including financial education in schools. So we have to, rely on when everybody gets to be an adult. Unfortunately, sometimes it's too late, but it's good that we're going to have you come on and give people some tips. And if they're not already on track with a good financial plan, then you can help them out, right?
Yes, that's exactly what we're here for.
Perfect.
So we look at all the areas of protection you need. So your life insurance, your retirement, if you have children, you want to save for their education, all the aspects of finance that people need to think about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what made you get into this field?
It was something that I had a good understanding of. It was an entrepreneurial opportunity where I knew I could make a difference to families. At the same time, particular to World Financial Group, it was something I could get into business with while still working a current job that I was working at the time. So it was a good opportunity. It was something I felt I couldn't lose at. And it was something where I really felt I could make a difference in the lives of people.
Fantastic. And so what are some of the issues that people come to you with before they hire you?
They come to us with issues of life insurance. We get a lot of people who don't understand what kind of life insurance they need. We get a lot of people who buy life insurance when they're young and then realize they were short-sighted at the time in terms of what they need. So we can help anyone from young families who are being introduced to life insurance for the first time, as well as older people who realize that they need more protection for the end of their lives because they realize what they bought when they were younger isn't going to help them now.
Good. Yeah. So other than life insurance, what other types of things can you help people with?
Retirement planning and investing. One of the concepts that we teach is the rule of 72, which is where if you take 72 and divide it by the interest rate, that's how long it will take for your money to double. Yeah. And so for people who have a certain time frame and a certain amount of money and a certain target, we can use that to help you determine what return you need on your investments to get to where you want, and then to find the investments that will get you to where you want.
Fantastic. I mean, who doesn't want to double their money, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. And unfortunately, with a lot of the bank savings accounts, if you take 72 and divide it by the rate that your bank savings accounts are giving you, you're going to have to live a long time to double your money. So we can help you do better than that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of business savings account, I mean, they barely keep up with inflation, right? Especially in the last couple of years.
Yes. A lot of savings accounts right now are actually losing money with today's inflation.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, I mean, it's good to have cash on hand, of course, for emergencies, you need that. But in terms of long-term savings, just in the bank, you are like $1,000, 2 years ago was worth a lot more than $1,000 now. I mean, we know
exactly.
right, everything, groceries, gas. Oh my goodness, I know like it was like for $50, it took me like 180 kilometers for $50. It's like, really?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, I have a minivan now. I used to have like a, Honda Civic, but still, prices are just continuing to go up. So you need to do something else for your money. Because imagine when you retire, how much things are going to cost,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
We think,
Exactly.
$6 for like, the 4 liter of milk is expensive, but maybe it's going to be $10 when you retire.
Exactly. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So if your money's not invested properly, then you're really going to have a worse lifestyle than you have now.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. And so what were you doing before you got into being a financial services professional?
I worked a number of different jobs. I was doing administrative work for a medical spa. I've worked a lot of database jobs as well because I am a numbers person.
Yeah, well, that's good that you're a numbers person. A lot of people aren't. So people don't have to worry about this themselves. They can just come and see you and you can take care of it for them.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's amazing when I talk to people how much they come to us with one thing, but then conversations take lives of their own. And then we can help them with 3 or 4 things. They may come to us thinking, their only concern is their life insurance, but then we mentioned other tools. A great tool for you to have is segregated funds. To have your money in segregated funds, because those funds bypass probate when you pass away. So the money can go directly to your beneficiaries. Another key area that people overlook is insurance on their mortgages. Because if you take what the banks give you, chances are it's not going to be adequate. So we advocate that you talk to us for life insurance on your mortgages.
Yeah, that's a great point. I used to be a financial advisor myself. I'm not sure if you knew that or not, but I was life insurance licensed, mutual fund license, and that was something we were taught like right from the beginning, that the insurance that you get at the bank, that you apply for at the bank, it's called post-claim underwriting, which means that they don't do like a medical assessment before you,
Correct.
they pay the policy. So you can pay all these years, and then after you make a claim, then they'll do the assessment and say, oh, well, you didn't say this on your profile or whatever, we, are not going to approve you. And then you put all this money in there for nothing. You've got nothing out of it, right? Whereas if you have your own life insurance policy, they do all the medical stuff in advance. And once you have your policy, you have your policy, right? They can't take that away from you. So
You're right. It completely eliminates the problems of surprise. We actually ask the question very methodically, one by one. Have you ever had heart conditions, diabetes, etc.? And it's not that you can't get insurance if you have these conditions. It's just that you've declared them and upfront, and so there can't be any surprises at the end when you pass away.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I think with the mortgage insurance that they give at the bank, that they don't give you it. They don't give it to you. They don't approve you if you have had any high blood pressure or anything like that. Is that right? Like it's harder to qualify, I think,
Technically, they don't approve you, but they actually ask the questions very quickly without giving you enough time to think about your answers. So it's very easy to overlook something. And that's where people get burned, is when they overlook something. And then they pass away and the assessment comes back that they had a particular condition that wasn't supposed to be covered. So they thought they were covered all these years and they weren't. The other benefit towards getting your own life insurance is that at the time of death, the benefit is paid to you, not the lender.
Right. Well, if
So
it's going to be paid to you, it'll be paid to your spouse or your beneficiary, right?
Yes, it's paid to your it's paid to your beneficiary.
Right.
It's paid to the beneficiary that you name, not to the lender.
Right. That's a great point, and a lot of people don't realize that let's say you start out with a house that's $1 million, a mortgage is $1 million, and then you get mortgage insurance for $1 million, and you're paying into the mortgage for like, say, 15 years.
Yes.
So then now the insurance policy is only worth, let's say, $500,000 at that point, for example. And so then if you pass away, it will pay off the mortgage if they determine that, yes, you were qualified from the beginning, right?
Yes.
And then they will, but that's great, right? But then that's it. But if you have your own insurance policy, you would still have the $1 million all the way along. So even if your mortgage was down to 500,000, you still have $1 million. Either you can pay the mortgage off and use the other 500 for whatever you want, or you don't even have to pay the mortgage off. You could just keep the $1 million and pay your monthly payments as usual.
Correct. And a lot of people opt not to pay the mortgage off, or, they might decide, even if they don't want to keep the family home after somebody passes away, they may decide that if I want to sell this home, I have to make $400,000 worth of upgrades to make this home more marketable.
Mhm.
And so you have the funds for that in case you need that. Or, maybe you want to keep paying the mortgage and keep the extra for other reasons. You could reinvest it into other savings, maybe pass it on as gifts to children or charities. There's a lot you can do with it.
Mhm. Yeah, that's great. And that's why I'm so happy you're going to be coming to our event Tuesday night and giving us some lot of great tips. So if you want some free tips about how to have a better financial position for now and for the future, come out to our event on Tuesday night. Of course, you get to meet Martin in person and myself and network with a lot of other great entrepreneurs. So thanks so much for coming today, Martin. It's been a pleasure to have you. And
You're welcome.